gonna take a while for her to scale, right?
Especially against a pop ball.
Exactly.
Yep.
So how will that happen? How will that work? Will they be swapping lanes, or what?
I feel like that's the best case scenario. If they don't swap their lanes, Alice is going to get absolutely just stomped on in that gold lane. But enough speculation. Let's jump straight into the Land of Dawn for the last match of week number 2. RRQ Hoshi takes on Bigetron Alpha. Everyone spam the chat right now. Hashtag Viva RRQ or hashtag BTR win, as both of these teams will be going at it right here, right now.
Man, I'm so excited to see what happens here. I haven't seen the Alice from Matt in quite a while, and I'd like to see how that pans out. And it turns out they won't be swapping lanes here, Miracle. It is actually still going to be Alice in the gold lane with that Popol and Koopa. So let's expect that Alice to be kind of hindered, especially in the early stages of the game.
Well, Little Wanderer already going to be contested here. Key jumping onto Clay will be able to deal so much damage as the Earth Shadow will not connect. But look at that. He is going to be able to pull Clay back in, and that's first blood from Bigetron Alpha, pushing some damage all the way onto R7 as well, forcing him to use that regeneration. BTR already finding success with his dive comp.
Yep, the composition from Bigetron is just quite strong in the early game, right? With the Kufra, with the Cho, and as well as Rainbow and the Pyramus. It's just a lot of utility and a lot of damage as well. They're going to try and use it to its full potential. Before RRQ, I think, at level 4, I think they'll have a lot more options to use, a lot more options to explore afterwards. So before that, though, Bigetron will try and be as aggressive as possible.
Yeah, we can totally see the aggression happening here. And turns out Rainbow on Pyramus is annoying. So RRQ Hoshi, with this in mind, they do like to go for the objectives now instead of these skirmishes. So we're going to have to see how they will respond to the aggression that has been set up by the side of Bigetron Alpha.
Yeah, we're looking at the bottom side as well here, Arashi. Popo and Koopa hasn't been able to zone Matt away, but what he has been able to do is shove the waves and get literally half of that turret gold already in the first minute of the game.
That's not good, because if he actually is able to do that, he can go and swap lanes and even create more pressure on all the other lanes that they're kind of behind in. And I guess that's what they're trying to do, because they're so far behind in the mid side as well as the area around here. And now with that in mind, we can already see setups coming in from both teams. But when it comes down to it, I feel like Bigetron Alpha actually has the upper hand if they want to contest this neutral objective in that turtle.
Yeah, neutral objective control definitely, I think, favors Bigetron Alpha.
I think the big advantage for Bigetron Alpha is the fact that they have a more proactive engage, right? They have the Alice, they have the Ling and Kufra, and also the Cho, and actually the Pyramus as well. So all of them have a very fast and aggressive engage, whereas the engage from RRQ Hoshi is relatively slow.
Yeah, he already jumping in. Hoover, Cyrus, oh my god, but it's going to be Repo finding the way the Dragon onto Clay right now. Everything just collapses here as that's going to be the Ultra Pop. Top of the blade is going to be used. R7 running away with the split, but the damage comes in from Renbo. Will be able to bring the split back. Slam pass as well on to Max, but R7 caught in the midst of it all, will be forced to back away. That is just a 1-for-0. Albert jumps in, goes in for the shadow kill as well. Will be distributed from the side of the Bigetron Alpha members, but only a 1-for-0 pickoff for now.
What is really notable is that usually in those scenarios, Albert would go ham on the members of Bigetron Alpha, but because there's a Kufra in their midst, it's kind of more difficult as well. Exactly, as well as that. So RRQ Hoshi has to, as forced to not rely too much on Albert, because the composition coming in from Bigetron Alpha basically counters them. But with that in mind, RRQ Hoshi, they don't want to and they don't decide to contest these objectives, and instead will leave it open but want to take something else here in the bottom side of the map.
Oh, wait a minute though. Earthshatter will be able to connect. That's a lot of damage placed onto Key, forcing the flicker away. The Time's Revenge will be popped though. Not looking for a re-engage for now. Still just an 800 gold lead from BTR.
I think what's interesting is that Rainbow actually walks in between Clay and Albert, and he will actually survive for a bit, but the altar is still there. He'll be able to clear the wave a bit. But as we are talking about the aggression here, I think Albert will be forced to play reactively, and on the other hand, Clay will be the one that's going to be looked to make that kind of proactive play, because he has a lot more flexibility in his positioning, and if he doesn't overextend too far in the front, he can actually be relatively safe while doing so.
Alright, let's see this. Key jumps in with the Time's Revenge, will instantly be knocked off by the Earth Shatter. Real world manipulation as well, instantly just bursts him down with Skylar, just wreaking havoc as well. That is a 1-for-0 pick. RRQ Hoshi have equalized in terms of kills, and it might just be them securing the tempo in this early stage?
Right now, RRQ Hoshi, they're just looking for something basically because they can't contest the neutral objectives. They're looking for picks. So in a 3v2 situation, obviously that would favor RRQ Hoshi. And they did and were able to get that pick off. So with that in mind, Bigetron Alpha, how will they respond to this? We see the Ling rotate towards that bottom side, but maybe, just maybe, he's focusing on his farm because he wants to focus on the items that we see here.
But speaking of the items though, Clay, with a very aggressive build, right? The cooldown boots and the enchanted talismans were already stacking a lot of cooldown reduction and mana, but not real any defensive stats. But here Key will be targeted.
Yeah, they use all the resources for Key. Nothing much more from the side of BTR. They're not looking for trades anywhere on the board. That's just going to be a free trade, 1 for 0 for RRQ.
Interesting development here in the 5th, almost 6th minute, as Bigetron Alpha instead are starting to lack and fall behind the rotation patterns coming in from RRQ Hoshi, and they've even secured themselves. Oh, but wait a minute here, Renbo.
Oh my god, Renbo's able to outplay them, and that's going to be the alter play. Skylar forced to flicker away. Max trying to chase, but it's going to be R7 looking for the kills onto Renbo. Alter will be brought back. That's going to be Repo using away at the Dragon. Max finishing him off. Violence trying to run away now with R7 popping the split. Albert joining the fight, going in for Max. Shadow kill still available. Will be popped to get this kill, and the killing spree as well. Repo going to get knocked out. Earth Shatter not connecting onto Key, but it's going to be him popped in. Tyrant's Rage will be able to find 2. Renbo pops back up and gets a shutdown onto Albert, but it is still a very worth trade for the side of RRQ. In the end, Bigetron Alpha will be able to pick up the scraps remaining though.
Oh my god, just one particular moment and RRQ Hoshi was able to kind of take it back for them, but of course Bigetron Alpha with their momentum-based heroes in that Kufra was able to equalize it somehow. But with 2 members from both teams actually off the board, how will they start to contest these neutral objectives? It doesn't seem like the turtle has been started, although we do see rotations in that area as well as setup. So Bigetron really needs to start setting up for this. As we all know, they do have some better control when it comes in towards a team fight.
Well, as you can see, Bigetron actually, as long as they keep trading 1 for 1 like this, it's still beneficial for them because they have a better late game story.
Yeah. Alright, but RRQ are trying to cancel this away. Albert goes in with the shadows, will not be able to find anyone. Conceal has been popped by Violence to secure the better position. Purple buff will be in the sights of Bigetron Alpha. Don't really want to contest for this turtle just yet. They want to wait for the resources to be set up first. Repo helping Renbo in the mid lane clear out the waves, and both of the teams backing up from the turtle for now.
Yeah.
But this is where the lane can actually do, Max on that lane can actually do a lot of split push maneuvers, right? Because on the side of RRQ Hoshi, there aren't a lot of members that are as mobile as the Ling with the pinch poise. So now, with the Ling already shoving in the wave on the bot side, Bigetron once again try and set up for that turtle.
Smart macro plays here coming in from Bigetron Alpha. Now that you mention it, it will actually be able to stave off the pressure that they have and putting their resources from the turtle into different aspects and areas. But oh what?
Yeah, Renbo gets picked off. Max will be able to get the neutral objective though, presented to you by the Samsung Galaxy A series. But another pick off towards Renbo. This is one of the things that is, I guess you can kind of say it, you can kind of call it a negative for the Faramis. You get picked off way too easily here. You're not really a tanky hero, but look at Key, he's able to get a pick off onto Violence, and that's going to be a pick off and a kill taken by BTR on the board.
Looking for some sort of compensation here. That is definitely worth it for the side of Bigetron Alpha. And now, if you guys want to see this amazing match on the big screen, you can always check out Cinepolis, because when have you ever watched MPL in the theaters, guys? It's a huge opportunity for you.
And also, Mobile Legends X Sanrio. Oh my god, Repo with the styles will be able to lock Albert down. It's going to be the quad shadow, but instant response by Max. Oh my god, Repo on this show has just been something special, man. The stun will be able to connect onto Renbo. It's only a bait as Key comes in for the backup. But man, what was that, Repo? It's so fast on that way, the Dragon.
Yeah, that is what we were talking about. When they have a lot more proactive crowd controls, they can engage the fights almost at will, whereas RRQ Hoshi need to wait for that very specific opportune moment. And right now, I think they're going to be forced to actually play S5, because if they split up with, into 2s or 3s, they can easily get engaged on by Bigetron Alpha. And every single one of the members of Bigetron can do that, you know? So there isn't really one particular threat. Everyone is a threat for RRQ Hoshi right now. And they can also win in the split push department.
Again, Renbo is going to get caught, pops the altar before he dies, and he will be able to dish some damage and even clear the waves. But I guess, again, this is what I said. Faramis is so vulnerable to these pickoffs. And the thing is, I guess you can kind of say that it isn't that much of a negative because he does clear the wave before he disappears. So technically RRQ can't really go for anything else. Repo is going to get caught by the Onward and the Earth Shatter as well. Look at the lockdown coming in. Repo goes in for Way the Dragon, but it's going to be ultimately taken down by Clay. And boom bang, bada bing, RRQ are back on the board. 2-0 trades in this 10th minute.
Yeah, perfectly timed as well, just as the Lord had spawned in the Land of Dawn. But I think realizing that this is the nest of objectives, it does seem like Bigetron Alpha are there first, especially with the Ling in their hands. But it does seem they just might be baiting here, but whoa, what is happening here?
Renbo flickering away. Key looking for the Tyrant's Revenge. Not connecting. Max taking away the Little Wanderer before the enemy gets it. And Bigetron Alpha resetting. Skylar has been munching on the turret in the top side though. This might be a free turret once again. Tier 2 taken away. Skylar looking for the recalls. Let's see if this will be able to go through. It seems like it will. Bigetron with no response to the 2 turrets that have just been taken away in that top side.
Another example of how RRQ Hoshi loves to play with what I call, you know, distractions. They were distracting Bigetron Alpha to thinking that they were taking this next objective in that Lord, but it turns out it was Skylar there in the top side getting so much gold, just biting out that tower. Like Mirko mentioned, if you guys want to take a bite out of food, you guys always can check out the promo for and buy grab here with that promo code that Mirko mentioned like almost four times.
Absolutely. MPL IDX grab.
Yes,
grab
it.
your snacks for half the price.
Wow.
Well, with that being said though, now Bigetron Alpha again looking for a situation, but almost getting always pick up again.
Oh, that was actually a lot of resources spent. Split has been popped. Skylar as well. Renbo gonna get caught, but the altar has been placed. They are now looking for a re-engage. R7 gonna be able to slam, pass back to the team. R7 gets brought back as well, but the damage will not be enough to take him down. Renbo out for 10 more seconds. RRQ Hoshi have the chance to set up for this enhanced Lord.
What I wanted to ask Arashi is, since yesterday, we've seen a change of jungler emblems. Usually we do see the jungles use the Killing Spree emblem, but now we see more of jungle emblems. In this situation, Albert is still using the Killing Spree. What difference does that make?
Well, it allows you to be a lot more aggressive because you have a lot more outplay potential. But if you want to focus on farming, the jungle, there's some benefit in using the jungle emblem. But I think in this particular game, I think this is what I was saying GeekFam had to do against Rebellion earlier. When they're split pushing in the side lanes, you have to force them to go somewhere. And with Apopa and Koopa, RRQ is able to do just that. Right now, finally, another turret being taken on the field, but the Lord will still be the main contested objective, and Bigetron has the control.
Yeah, Renbo jumping in onto 2 members right there. Will be able to deal so much damage. Max jumps in with the Fish Boys with the math as well. The twin buff comes in. Renbo has put the altar down as B gets taken down. He's now able to zone 2 members away. Albert, Skylar not in the fight. R7 caught in the bad situation right now, using the split, but Matt using the Flowing Blood as well. Both of these teams are playing this really well, but I feel like Bigetron Alpha were the ones to get a better trade there with the Roamer taken away. Now R7 is going to get locked out. Max jumping in with the Fish Boys. Repo going for Way the Dragon. Locking Albert down and buying a lot more time. Devil's Blade is going to be using the bottom side and look for more kills on the board. Max gets it and goes for the Finch Boys as well. A double kill for Max. And BTR takes a 2-for-1.
Wow, my god. I mean, if we thought Albert was a good jungler, I certainly do think that Max is falling heavily into that category as well. I mean, they did mention... Exactly, they mentioned in the interview that, you know, Albert is the flashy jungler, but you know, Max, he can do better, and this is exactly what he's trying to prove. And you can see the outplays, the macro, the efficiency coming in from Max is definitely insane. And with that in mind, they will actually be able to take this enhanced Lord, but maybe, just maybe, not without a fight here, Mirko.
Let's see, it's gonna be the Retribution battle. It's going to be Max not taking it. His twin takes it. Violence running away will be bursted down. The altar has been placed, and my, oh my, this is insane. His twin covered for him.
Twin buff.
The twin buff is absolutely real. And I think what needs to happen right now for RRQ at least is for Violence to stop getting picked off so early into these fights, man. He needs to be able to actually be with his team when the fights happen, because if he goes in too aggressively early on, he's not tanky enough to withstand all that damage, and he just gets picked off before the fight even begins. And R7 can't be the sole tank because of the very smart pick from Rainbow, right? With the Paramis on the field, the Goo is no longer that tanky.
Oh, that was so scary. Albert popping the quad shadow. Repo instantly showing up. That's... Oh man, I almost got a heart attack there, but Bigetron Alpha will be able to rotate to that mid lane, pushing it once more now with the buff minions. Renbo is going to be able to get caught there, but Alter will be placed once again right before he falls, buying a little bit more time, and that's going to be Skylar traded on the board. Max popping the Tempest of Play is going to be able to get the kill down, and a 1-for-1 right now, but they will be able to get turrets off of this one. Mid lane turret available, bot side pushed away. Enhanced Lord will be taken down in that top side though, so BTR only collecting the inner turrets of RRQ's base.
But definitely still a positive thing for the side of Bigetron Alpha. I mean, look at that pressure on all three lanes. And this is exactly what we mentioned. Bigetron Alpha with their composition it'll be very easy for them to contest the objectives and so on and so forth. And with such synergy from the side of Bigetron Alpha, as well as how amazing Max has been performing on this Ling, it is going to be very interesting to see what RRQ Hoshi will do next. But we do have a fun fact here by Grab. Paramis is the...
It's very, unpopular, I guess.
Okay.
But, oh my god, the damage once again. It's going to be Key flickering forward, and R7, he might be caught in the midst of it all now. Bigetron Alpha looking to collapse onto this Repo, denying any sort of re-engage. Slam, pass going to be used, but it's going to be Key taken down. R7 baits the entire team. Rainbow caught in the midst of it all. Will be able to use the Alter. Matt jumps in all the way onto Skylar. Will be able to knock him down, but it's going to be Skylar able to get the damage done. Tempest Blade is going to be used. Max jumping away. Shadow kill now popped, and that's going to be the immortality that follows. Repo trying to run away, but Skylar will knock him down. The spears are too much. The screams from RRQ right now as they siege down the inner turrets.
Skylar hurts, bro. Skylar has been such a consistent gold laner. We haven't seen much from him aside from this Papa and Goopa, aside from the tower pushes, but man, oh man, now that he has actually gotten rolling, his damage is insane.
And that is the Papa and Koopa tower demolition strategy we've seen again and again. It is just so effective. If Bigetron Alpha lose a fight, they have to be at least taken down. But this is the instant replay from the Samsung Galaxy A series. In the beginning, Rainbow already used the bulk of his damage onto R7, so not a lot left, and Albert just waits for the right time, the right moment to go in, and afterwards, once the bulk of those AoE spells is expanded from the side of Bigetron Alpha, RRQ was just able to get the easy 1v3v3 essentially, right?
Yeah, so like you mentioned, so long as Violence doesn't get picked off, you can see how impactful he can do with the Earth Shatter that he has, of course, in his arsenal. But now it seems like they are going to start contesting this Lord, Mirko.
Let's see, Bigetron Alpha looking to contest this Lord. R7 will be able to bring Key back to the team. Instant onward to follow it up. It's going to be Rainbow popping the Altar before anyone was taken down. Killing spree going to be popped. The Key is still alive due to the Altar. Max looking for a good pickoff. R7 using the slam pass to knock Key down. That is Key and Rainbow's Ghost going away. Max and Matt in the midst of it all now. Matt jumping onto 4, but it might be a mistake. The winner's truncheon has been popping Bigetron Alpha. They might just be They might have just made a mistake here. RRQ are looking to end with 1 more minute on the board. Max jumps in. He tries to clear the waves. He will be able to, but at what cost? Max running away. The base is going to be targeted here. They don't need the minion waves. That's game number 1 for RRQ.
My God, RRQ with the patience, with the perseverance, even though they weren't leading in the earlier stages of the game, they were able to wait out for a moment to find the right opportunity, the correct timing for them to go in, go ham, and basically wiping out the entire team of Bigetron, and now being able to take the first win here in the best of 3.
Wow, what a performance by RRQ. And I think a big moment there is about like 16 minutes when they realize that, okay, whenever we just dive into their team, it's just very difficult because again and again, R7 gets bursted by Rainbow, and afterwards the Altar just makes it very difficult for RRQ to get a decisive kind of victory because they keep coming back, right, from the afterlife. So with that being said, they were just constantly trying to bait Bigetron as much as possible, and when they want to engage, they pull their members away as far as possible, and that way we saw Rainbow really struggle to actually be in the center of the fight every time a fight actually breaks out. And I think that is one of the main, main keys